Hello, I'm Doug, and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And here we are at day 13 of this fresh cheese series, where we're looking at buffalo mozzarella. And this is not American buffalo or bison, but water buffalo, which is, they say, the second most common dairy animal in the world. But before we get tasting, let me remind you to like the video down below, leave a question or comment, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell to get notified when the new videos are released on Mondays and Thursdays. So let's dive in here to this Boof brand buffalo mozzarella, which is little balls like fresh mozzarella is, floating in brine. So I'm just going to fish it out. I'm going to dry it off on a paper towel, or I'll just be fighting brine the whole time. Hope it doesn't roll off the table. There we go, not too bad. So I'm going to roll them around and dry off the surface. Don't want any more salty brine than necessary. And now I'm going to cut this with a knife. I want to shred it and take it apart and do pieces and things, but we will find out what's inside and if any of that is possible. So I'm going to cut it in cracker-sized pieces or small bites so I can assess the taste. It's very soft inside, very creamy and wet, very high moisture. All the stuff I saw online said that water buffalo milk is about twice the fat content of cow milk. So this ought to be very rich. Okay, so there's quite a few pieces. This particular package says 7 ounces net weight, and it's not counting the brine, so it's just balls of cheese. They're about 1.75 ounces, it sounds like. And I will just take one of these nice sized pieces and put it in my mouth for taste and texture. Very wet, very creamy, very dairy. There's a robustness, a heartiness. I want to say beefiness, but that would imply something wrong. It's not meaty, it's full, robust, hearty texture. And an interesting flavor note. So a little bit beyond cow's milk in savoriness, muskiness, just facing that direction. So very interesting. A little stronger of a flavor, still dairy, still a fatty mouthfeel, and fairly high moisture. That was good. I was going to try to shred some of this like other mozzarellas, but this is very wet on the inside. I don't think we're going to find any shreds. So let's just move over and get some crackers involved here. This has a good salty taste. The outer surface still has some of the salt on it. So I'm just going to get a little cracker here and put it on there. See if I can detect different things. Rich, it's kind of a buttery cracker. And I'm getting a lot of buttery character from the cheese as well. It's fat, it's fatty, it's got some of the character. It's a little fluffy and gelatinous and wet and wiggly. So it's got me a little bit of the character of a not totally cooked egg white. And that's just a texture thing, it's not a taste. Okay, I'm going to put it on a multi-grain cracker here with no wheat. Saltiness comes out. It's got a creamy, hearty, I don't know, I don't have a word for it. It's not animal-y, even though it's a different animal than we're used to. It's not nearly goat. Where is water buffalo? It's these guys. And that is good. The difference between cow milk and this is noticeable and distinct. And nothing bad about it. I like it. Put a little bit on a little toast round. Very thick, crunchy toast with some rosemary in it. And that goes really well with the mozzarella. So that is different than fresh mozzarella. It's heartier. It's more interesting, a tad more flavorful. But the dairy notes aren't conventional. They're off in a little different, stronger direction. But I like it a lot. So I usually bring up The Book of Cheese by Liz Thorpe. And how she has her earliest chapter on this is the Mozzarella Gateway, which is cheeses very similar to this, which are high moisture and rineless and not aged. In Buffalo, mozzarella is one in her lists of the mozzarella gateways, and this Boof brand is one of her recommended creameries for Buffalo mozzarella. So I'll have a link to the book down below and a link to some of her videos. And she has taught me so much about cheese, and I haven't even got to the other later chapters yet. But this is wonderful. And I was really hoping to shred some of it and show you some pieces and shreds and strings, but it's not going to happen that way with this. But it's rich, thick, dairy, creamy, tasty with a slightly stronger flavor than cow's milk. And there's a wetness, a wateriness to it also, since the moisture is so high. So this is a definite recommend if you can find this in your area. It's going to be in a small package or in one of these tubs with brine. So look for that. So let me remind you to like the video, to comment down below, leave a question, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell to get notified. And come back next time for another fresh cheese. That's all for now.